Hi there friends, my name is Cath Anne and this is the Homework Help Show hosted by Homework Help Global. Today we begin a new mini-series called Grammar 101. In this 5-episode series, we are going to be providing you with the basics you need to know to construct a sentence and to improve your English writing skills. These skills will help you with your reading as well as with your academic writing. So today we're starting at the very beginning. We are looking at the sentence. I know what you're probably thinking. Of course I know what a sentence is. I have learned this many times before, and if you have studied English, you will most certainly be familiar with the sentence. The sentence is the very basis of how we communicate using language, and if we are going to begin a process of learning how to write properly, it is important to develop a stable foundation and work up from there. So the sentence is where we will begin to develop this foundation. Let's begin by defining what a sentence is. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense, conveys clear meaning, and expresses a complete thought. Before we get in depth regarding the sentence, let's break it down even further, beginning with discussion of a clause. This might be a word that you're familiar with. So what is a clause? A clause is any subject-verb combination. A clause is the smallest grammatical unit that can express a complete proposition in the English language. So there are several types of clauses: independent clauses, which stand on their own, and dependent clauses, which require other words to help them make sense. The major difference between these two types of clauses is that every English sentence requires an independent clause, whereas a sentence does not require a dependent clause, although there may be one dependent clause or multiple present depending on the sentence. Think about it this way. The shortest sentence you can have in English will be a clause. Can you think of a short sentence? The shortest sentence you've ever thought of? How about go? Is this a sentence? Yes, it is a sentence because it contains an independent clause. The word you is implied, so we are giving a direction. You go. And the verb go is included. So that makes it a sentence. Moving on from clauses to sentences, every grammatically correct sentence in English must have a subject, verb, and object. For example, the cat ate the food. Let's begin with that as our basis for discussion. So let's discuss the subject in this sentence. The subject is the person, place, or thing that is doing or being something in a sentence. You can find the subject in a sentence by first finding the verb and asking who or what verbs or verbed. For example, in our sentence, the cat ate the food, the verb here is ate. To find the subject, we can ask, who ate the food? The cat ate the food, so that makes it the subject of the sentence. Second, we can discuss the verb, which we have already mentioned. A verb is a word that expresses physical or mental action. As mentioned, the verb expresses action, and it is the first word to look for in a sentence in order to determine the subject and the object and other various parts of a sentence. So in our sentence, the cat ate the food, we've already identified ate as the verb, as it is easily identified as something that was done, an action that was taken. Finally, we can discuss the object. The object of the sentence is the word or thing that is acted upon by the subject. So we have our subject and we have our action verb here. In order to find the object of the subject, ask whom or what is receiving the action. So we're looking at whom or what is receiving the action by the cat. Try to remember that the direct object in a sentence is always a thing or a person who received the action of the verb. So we can look at ate. What is receiving the action of the verb? It would be the food. So we can ask, the cat ate what? And our answer would be, the cat ate the food. In this sentence, the food is the object. So that is the very basic 101 overview of the sentence, which is one of the most important aspects of English communication. I think we can leave it there for this week. Next week, we will delve a little deeper into sentence structure and the more complicated aspects of basic grammatical structure in English. Remember, every word in a sentence serves a specific purpose within the structure of that particular sentence. So according to the rules of grammar, sentence structure can sometimes be quite complicated. However, this video series is intended to break down the complexity into manageable steps and processes, and this is why this week we are just focusing on the simple steps of creating a sentence. So friends, we hope this video has been beneficial to you. If you liked our video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you're looking to access more of our content, please check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google+, YouTube, Medium. And for those of you who love podcasts, we are also on SoundCloud, Anchor, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play Music. All you have to do is search Homework Help Global and you will be able to find us. Just another reminder, please join me when the school year starts on Instagram Live every Monday night at 7 p.m. as I will be hosting a quick chat and check-in to help you start off your week in school. All the best to everyone out there, and please tune in next week as we go in more depth around English grammar. Take care, all the best, and good luck starting classes.